Deacon Sakari. We back at it like a crack addict. They done let them bruise in the dough in this wicked industry to shine the light. They done let them bruise in the dough. Oh shit. They done let them bruise in the dough. They done let them bruise in the dough. They done let them bruise in the dough. We ain't going nowhere. Hebrews. They done let them bruise in the dough. They done let them bruise in the dough. Look, Joe Biden need to free Dark Low. The hell is wrong with dude? No Alamolek, but I got perfect vision in the dark. I'm a lexicon, I'm a megalodon, all my verses ripping them apart. Mosaic law, what the church is missing, it's the worst religion from the start. In my soul, where the word is written out of circumcision, not a heart. I'm rocking my fringes, I'm in Seattle, rocking like Hendrix. No industry gimmicks, you rappers are finished, I'm kicking it off the hinges. Throwing stones like you sinless till you get the business. You should've repented in a minute, this truth is endless. They loving the image, I know what happened to Kim. I keep my pencil on point, no sharpener. Used to weigh pounds of troll, I lay down the flow like carpenters. She causing division in the sisterhood, I'm marking it. I'm preparing the way for the harvester, I'm a harbinger. Cops hop out, we bail on them. Leviticus, I like my fish with scales on them. Ask Chief Ephraim, he can vouch. We be putting in the work while you sitting on the couch. Camp haters quiet as a mouse. Yeah, already shout out to my brother Austin Trout. Just as a reminder, if there's doubt, I wear every single fringe, even when I'm in the house. Get all your truth music at deaconsakari.com. That's 9 albums. We even got a couple free for y'all. Support the cause, y'all. I see a lot of haters. I knew it would come with it. Rap game full of evil and sin, and I don't want none of it. They bite my style. They just want to take it and run with it. Sakari Varsity Online Academy, specializing in Hebrew apologetics. Come learn how to defend the gospel. Email sakariseattle@gmail.com. Limited registration. Well, you're one hit wonder list. You can call me the deacon, but just put the strong right in front of it. World of sin, sedition of men. I know the Most High is my ruler. My neighborhood full of drug deals, blood spills from fire and Rugers. These niggas getting crazy. I seen them do a drive-by in the Uber. I tell them come back to the law, statutes, and commandments of Lion of Judah. But some people think we finally back on. Children's Bibles with black and brown images. I know a lot of y'all been waiting. A lot of people on back order. We still got some though. Put your order in before it's too late. I'm gonna start having them regularly, Lord willing. But get it in, let's go. Hit me up, DM. Even your head wrap, stay dipped, stay brewed, dripping. All right, deaconsakari.com. All right, y'all, go to czyn.network. czyn.network. We done with Patreon. No more Patreon. czyn.network. You're going to get videos too hot for YouTube or early releases. So go sign up. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Not only do you get Deacon Sakari's content, you get Guerrilla Hebrew content, Hassad content, other camps putting their content on this platform. We need our own app, so sign up using promo code Deacon Sakari. czyn.network. It's our own app, our own platform. The white man can no longer subvert or hide or try to censor this truth. So sign up and get this heat. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Promo code Deacon Sakari. Promo code Deacon Sakari. CZYN.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all already know what this is. This ain't nothing new to y'all. Make it to the end. Make it to the end. Make it to the end. Hey, make it to the end. Hey, and don't quit. And don't quit. And don't quit. And don't quit. Serious, right? Have you ever went to court and got sentenced to 10 years of forgiveness? For the children of God, the church, if you don't know. But God, please. Ride with me, Christians. Let me show you where we kick it at. Alright, the messenger will take it from there. Let's go. Ride with me, Christians. Let me show you where we kick it at. Where the children living at. G.O.D. be chillin' at. First of all, I never leave you here. You can tell your mama that. She can have 100 courses. She can have 100 courses. I know it. But I'm not
Check out the brother Peacekeeper, bringing that fire music, all praises. Get your commercial played here. Contact SakariSeattle@gmail.com. Introducing Super Thanks. YouTube has now added a feature where you can donate if you missed the live show by just clicking the heart button with the thanks on it. It'll be on every video. It'll highlight your comment to bring more attention to your statement. So if it's on your heart, super thanks. Shalom. Popping mollies and putting powder in your nostrils. We be in the trenches, needles under benches. We be giving them the gospel. I keep 12 Sakari members with me. We be moving like apostles. True. Some stices is dead traps, hair rascals, just still a thought though. The church don't even know the truth. They can even tell you an Israelite. And the Arabs selling you all the switches and the malt liquor are the Ishmaelites. You can show a nigga slave ships in the Bible, still won't get it right. Until the time's out, then a nigga gotta find out what them missiles like. All praises, all praises. 1 second, y'all. One of these little kids done stole my charger. 1 second. Who got the back to my charger?
No, I haven't got it. The key. Did you find it?
No. Bring me that bottle of water. All right. Friday Night Flux. Friday Night Flux for the Hebrew Israelites and the Christian Clucks. Friday Night Flux for the Hebrew Israelites and the Christian Clucks. Let's start this by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. This is the Deacon Sakari back with another Lord willing edifying lesson to feed the body, feed the sheep, to do what we are put on this earth to do, and that's to build the kingdom of the Most High that is within us. Because when we get it, when we're sealed, when our houses are in order, when our families are in order, then we will see the manifestation of the kingdom. We are not waiting on the Most High. The Most High is waiting on you. Yes, you. The one that's thinking right now, is Deacon talking to me? Yes, you. The one who's having a question if you're doing the most or worshiping the Most High and living with all your mind, body, and soul. Yes, you. The one that has a little thought in his mind that maybe Deacon's talking to me. Yo, black ass. I don't know what this tea is, but it's pretty good. It's a detox tea. If you like Casamigos, always drink a detox tea. You guys know what the Christians teach. You guys know what the Christians teach. The Christians teach that Lucifer is Satan,
or and Satan was an angel of the Lord. A bugged out doctrine, madness, a spookism, as they call it, from a religious terminology. Spookism. Um, what do they go to prove this? And when I say Hebrew, like the title says, Hebrew Israelites teach Lucifer was not an angel, I'm speaking on behalf of 95% of the Israelite community. 95% of the Israelite community. Although we do have some churches now that are waking up to the truth and trying to teach their congregation that we are the people, they still have traces and residue of Christianity permeating through the pews at that God-forsaken building. Listen, if you're a pastor, and I know many pastors have came to me, many pastors watch me, and I gotta say this to you, I gotta deliver this message to you. Maybe when you realize we're the Israelites, you should burn that building down and get some insurance money, or just tear it down and rebuild it, because it's like putting new wine in an old bottle. So many, like I see them online or on TikTok. There's some huge mega churches. The Israel of God is one of them. Like huge mega churches that still let the white man sit on their face and have an affinity to their oppressors. Everybody can make it. Let's forgive and forget. We ain't got to keep the law like that. We're in the new covenant. Just basically Christians who identify as Israelites, which is ridiculous. So, who knows where they go to um, build that, not build, but support the false doctrine, the faulty doctrine of Lucifer being Satan and an angel of the Lord prior to creation. Where do they go to in the Bible? Because that's where we're going to go to debunk it. Zaquan, I'm a one. Shalom, Lord, what's going on? What's the Sakari varsity schedule like? I'm interested, but my schedule is hectic. Sakari varsity, man. If I can't tell you guys how much better Sakari varsity is than YouTube. It's a closed circuit. It's more detailed. It's more personable. It's more intimate. It's more intricate. Um, there's just levels to this. There's levels to the ministry. There's levels to the gospel. There's levels to this education. So the Sakari Varsity is Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Eastern. And if you missed the live class, I post the link in our private chat so you could rewatch it. We got quizzes, test exams, all the stuffaluffagus, all the stuffaluffaguses. Brother Landon, what's going on, Brother Landon? I heard you've been doing a mighty work down there in Atlanta. Pray the Most High bless you 100-fold, Brother B.I.G. in this thing. The water for dropping that dub on the deacon in the ministry. Okay, so everybody's saying Isaiah 14. That's where we're going to go, Isaiah 14. Why is my screen blurry, though? All right, there we go. I need to get a real desktop. I need to get rid of this laptop. I need to get a desktop. And I need to hardwire. I need to hardwire. Hey, we got some real boxing. We got a real boxing fan in the chat right now. Because anybody who knew where I got that from is a real boxing fan. Shout out Free Lifers. You're a real boxing fan. Shout out Blue Blood too. I just don't like the guy. I don't like how he always has to introduce. He wants to be a boxing commentator so bad. He always has to, in every video, he has to introduce the fighter, how many fights they had, how many fights they lost, how many draws they had, how many knockouts they had, their arm reach, their height, their weight. I'm like, dude, like you want to be a boxing commentator so bad, my nigga. Just like chill and talk on your channel, bro. That's why I don't watch him no more. Um, all praises though. Yeah, let me know, Landon. We sure could use your help out here. Yeah, keeping it true. I can't stand him. I used to like him. He was cool. Then he started lying and putting out false information. And Levi, the Water King, all praises to the Most High. So we got we got more than one boxing fan. We got the Saints, Yeshayara, the Saints. I'm gonna just call him the Saints. Blue Blood, we read off you whole resume. I know, yeah. The unbending word, yeah, it's your boy. Who else? Who else said something about Blue Bloods? Israelite King. Yeah. I can't stand him. I don't understand why my camera is not giving me the full visuals. It's okay. You guys have seen me a million times. It's not about me. Like I always say, it's about my nieces and nephews out there. So if my camera gets better, it does. If not, it's fine, as long as you guys can see the scripture that we're providing. So all praises again. Let's get this started, y'all. I went on an epic Deacon rant. Somebody says, Deacon, you have a beautiful smile, reminds me of a spirit of happiness. You know, I go through a lot and I have to handle a lot, but thank you, sister. It's about remaining positive throughout your trials and tribulations. Through all things, smile and know that it's predestined, it's God's will, and it gets greater later. It gets greater later. This is a part of that shapes your character when you can go through your ailments, stress, perplex, vexation, and still have that happiness. Why? Because we know that even if it's not in our lifetime, if it is in our lifetime, God's kingdom will be established and we will rule. We will rule, and the whole world will be a paradise. I got to change my name to Deacon Indestructible. I got to change my name to Deacon Indestructible. Somebody says Nate Diaz or Jake Paul. Nate Diaz or Jake Paul. I want Jake Paul to go into slavery. That's for one. I want rusted chains around his neck, wrist, and ankles. So I hope Nate Diaz wins, but I think Jake Paul is going to win. I think Jake Paul is going to win. Nate Diaz doesn't take care of himself. He smokes, drinks. He probably does crystal meth. So he has a puncher's chance, of course, but I think Jake Paul is going to more than likely put him to sleep with a right hook. Jake Paul is going to most likely put him to sleep with a chopping right hook. That's what I see. Canelo or Charlo. I'm hoping Charlo. I'm hoping Charlo because Canelo been ducking a lot. He used to fight everybody, but he's been ducking a lot. And plus, if Charlo wins, we can get Terrence Crawford and Charlo. So I'm hoping Charlo wins. But I also see Charlo getting stopped. because Charlo is very reckless sometimes. I was cheering for him against Stanionis, I believe. I was cheering for Charlo against Stanionis, where he became undisputed. And we're going to talk about the Bible after this, I promise. But he was also being reckless in that fight. If he does that against Canelo, he's probably going to go to sleep 7th round. 7 to 10 rounds, he'll be asleep. Okay, let's get started though. Let's get started. I told you guys I'm gonna make a boxing channel because I can see the Hebrew Israelites love boxing because that's our culture. That's where we come from. But I'm gonna start a channel for that so we can talk freely about boxing on that channel. I do also, one last thing, I do also have Clarissa Shields beating the shit out of Keith Thurman. So yeah, I got Clarissa Shields beating the shit out of Keith Thurman. Excuse my language. I don't like one time. Castano, yeah. Castano, Salakia. All right, so let's go, y'all. Let's go. I got a blurry screen. Just let me know if you guys can see the words. If you guys can see the words. Yeah, I got Clarissa Shields. I'm serious though. I do have her. So this is where they go to try to say that Lucifer was an angel. Let me know if it's coming in clear, because I know my camera is kind of acting weird. The water officer Amatazah. Make sure you guys, if you want to get the audio Bible, if you want to get the Sakari audio Bible, make sure you tap in with the moderator, also officer out of Miami, Amatazah. He's got the audio Bible. If you're tired of listening to the white man read you the Bible at night, which is why a lot of you Hebrew Israelites still have some residue of Christianity in you, because when you listen to the audio Bible, you listen to the devil read it to you. Imagine the devil reading Numbers chapter 6. God told Moses in the book of Numbers chapter 6 to pray this prayer over the children of Israel. Now imagine the devil praying the blessing, or even reading the blessing that God told Moses to bless on the children of Israel. All right, so if there's any Christians that come in here during the duration of this podcast that believe that Satan is Lucifer, feel free to make your presence known, and I will kindly and expeditiously furnish a link in the chat for you to join the panel. I'm going to read from the NLT because it's simplified, but if you guys hate the NLT, I could do a side-by-side comparison with the KJV and the NLT. It's really not that big of a difference. I have the Hebrew here. Isaiah 14:1. First and foremost, somebody says, what's your opinion of Tartarus? Greek mythology, it's what you call a deity and a location at the same time. A deity and a location at the same time. Why did somebody say read John 3:16? Don't start, please. Peter didn't use it. The New Testament, by and large, was written in Hebrew. Now, the copiers translated the Hebrew New Testament to Greek because Greek was the lingua franca, and they wanted the religion of Christianity to spread throughout the Levant and Fertile Crescent, crescent, universalizing it, and also to add in their Greek mythology within the New Testament text, so that the pagans could receive this new religion called Christianity. Go take a look at my Hebrew presentation, Hebrew New Testament presentation. God saving everyone, young is savvy. Okay, young is savvy. All I'm going to ask is that you stick around to the end, because we do have a topic to discuss, and please don't spam. If you spam, we don't mind blocking you, your mom, your kids, your ex-wife. They gave us the unlimited. YouTube blessed my channel. When you get a certain subscriber, when you get a certain status, you get unlimited blocking. And I like to exercise it. So with Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1, we're going to start here. First of all, you can look at the title. It says a taunt for Babylon's king. A taunt for Babylon's king. So they know the publishers, and you might say, well, the publishers weren't the theologians. One could make that argument, but we could also make the argument that the publishers were theologians. The scholars who did the translating and publishers were so-called religious men. So, and they put it in the title, a taunt for Babylon's king. So when did this doctrine of Lucifer begin? Who knows? Who knows when Christianity started teaching that Lucifer was Satan? Who knows? Let me see if we got some scholars in here. What time period? Give me a circa. You guys are way off. You guys are way off. Lord in Christ. Okay, I'll give you guys a hint. I'll give you guys a hint. So the word, where is it at? I'm gonna give you guys a hint, and if you Googled it, you're way wrong. Okay, I gotta do the KJV. My bad. No, I'm gonna give you guys a hint. And then you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, I'm dumb." Okay, now the word Lucifer. The word Lucifer, is it an English word? Is it an English word? Is it a Hebrew word? Is it a Greek word? What language is the word Lucifer? Ah, it's Hebrew. There we go. Judah Perez. There we go. Now I'm going to ask you guys again. When did this doctrine start to formulate? I just gave you guys a huge hint. I just gave you guys the biggest hint in the world. Somebody said way back then. Oh my God. All right, guys. Lord in Christ. The Latin Vulgate. There we go. Dwayne Scott. No. Dwayne Scott said 1550. No, the Latin Vulgate was compiled 400 AD. The Latin Vulgate. All right, so we got Dwayne got it right, but said the wrong date. And then Aduwa Yasharala said the Latin Vulgate with question marks. You questioned yourself. Don't never question yourself. So this whole doctrine of Lucifer being Satan started around 400 AD with the compiling of the Latin Vulgate. What is the Latin Vulgate? The Latin Vulgate was originated or compiled by a man by the name of Jerome. So you would like to think that he was a nigga, right? The nigga Jerome. About 400 AD. Now, what he did was he took the Hebrew manuscripts and he took the Greek manuscripts and he made, this was the first complete Bible. It was the first complete Bible of all the Old Testament and all the New Testament and some of the Apocrypha, I believe. But what he did was he translated the Greek manuscripts of the New Testament, the Hebrew manuscripts of the Old Testament. He translated that into Latin, deeming it the Latin Vulgate. And that circulated for a while, and really until English Bibles came around. Well, no, until the Syriac, which is called the Peshitta. The Peshitta, that started circulating around 500 AD. So now you guys can have a little understanding that this was not something that we taught during the first century, second century. Not even Gentiles who started to believe in Christianity were teaching this until about 400 AD circa. So you might want to ask yourself, everybody, why is there a Latin word? Now, let me ask you guys this. The King James, what language is the King James Bible? What language is the King James Bible? Easy question. What language is the King James Bible? English or Old English. Okay. What the hell is a Latin word doing in the English Bible? Have you ever asked yourself that? What is a Latin word doing in the English Bible? They're supposed to be translating everything from Greek and Hebrew to English. So now we see the perpetuity of this doctrine, Lucifer being Satan and an angel, from the Latin Vulgate all the way up to the King James Bible, 1611, and others. So how do you say morning star in Hebrew? How do you say morning star in Hebrew? How do you say morning star in Hebrew? Because that's what this means, morning star. Hayalah, right? I'm just trying to explain this to you, how it's very simple and the Christians have ran with this spookism. Okay, now, how do you say, because I know the chat is like 10 seconds behind, it's fine. How do you say morning star in Greek? Let's see who's good. I got a free children's Bible for whoever can answer this off the top of the head, though. Be honest and real. If you can answer this, Ariella, you ain't got no kids, but when you get some kids, I got a free children's Bible for you. I just told you guys that Lucifer was Latin, so why would you say that that's how you say morning star in Greek? Listen, I'm going somewhere with this. I'm trying to show you guys how simple this is to debunk. Now, how do you say morning star in Latin? This is all very simple. There we go. Ariella must have better Wi-Fi than all of you guys, because he's not 18 seconds behind. Usually everybody's 18 seconds behind. Okay, so you guys got it, right? Now you guys get it? So in the Hebrew, in the ancient Hebrew, this word Lucifer, this Latin word was not there. Isaiah didn't write his scriptures in Latin. He said I'm right by the router. Isaiah did not write his scriptures in Latin. Isaiah wrote his scriptures in Hebrew. So there's not supposed to be a Latin word there. But Christianity has built this false doctrine that Lucifer is Satan, that they even have a Latin word in the English translation of something that was written in Hebrew. You get how ridiculous that is? I hope you guys get it. So what did God tell Isaiah right here? Isaiah prophesied 740-ish BC. What did God tell Isaiah in 740-ish BC? What did God tell Isaiah in 740-ish BC? He told him, how art thou fall from heaven, Hayallah? I'm sure if Ariella was on here, he could read the whole thing in Hebrew. But he said Hayallah to Isaiah, which means what? Let's go here. We're going to read the whole chapter 2. Don't worry about it. Which means, boom. Hebrew. Light bearer, morning star. Now, in the usage, they're going to say, oh, figuratively Satan. Because, of course, James Strong was a Christian, so his interpretation of Hebrew and context is going to be influenced by his Christianity. The morning star, Lucifer. So this is what God told Isaiah. Hayallah. Some would say Hillel. One time in the whole Bible. Right? So why would King James commission 70 scholars to translate a Hebrew word? He translated all these Hebrew words into English, but right here, they translate this passage in English, but this word to Latin? This is good textual criticism. This is what you call lower criticism, because in Sakari Varsity, we're going over textual criticism right now. And boy, oh boy, you got to put your seatbelt on for that topic. I had to go through that and almost bug out, but I got punched in the mouth and beat up, and I stood tall so that I can come and teach you guys textual criticism. There's something called higher criticism and lower criticism. The higher textual criticism is where you're studying the authors of the text, the date of the text, and the location of the text. Lower criticism is you're studying the variance of the text, the inaccuracies, the errors of the text due to scribal errors, whether it be intentional or unintentional. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, this is a perfect example of textual criticism. This guy commissioned 70 scholars to translate the Hebrew to English, but has this Latin word right there. And I'm just emphasizing that that's because of the doctrine that Lucifer is Satan. Because what's supposed to be right here? What's supposed to be right here? What words are supposed to be right here in English? I'm trying to make sure you guys are walking with me. What words are supposed to be right here that I'm highlighting instead of Lucifer? There you go. Morning star, light bearer, light bearer. There we go. So you guys are not just here because Deacon looks good in royal blue. I understand that. You guys are listening. Okay. Morning star, shining one, that's fine. Light bearer, that's fine. So this is where you deal with translation. Translations. This word, this Latin word is not supposed to be here. What's supposed to be here is shining one, morning star, light bearer, any of those. They're all a distinction without a difference. Okay. Am I done unpacking that? Because we're going to read the whole chapter and prove that it's not Satan even more. Am I done unpacking that though? Yeah, you know what? Let's now remember. I told you guys. Okay, so yeah, let's take it back. Let's take it back to 400 AD. Real quick. So being that this is the Latin word Lucifer, when Jerome seen this in Hebrew, he seen the Hebrew word Hayalah. He translated that into Lucifer. But I cannot emphatically say that Jerome believed Lucifer was Satan. I can't emphatically say that. I just know people were worshiping the Latin Vulgate because it was the first compiled Old Testament and New Testament. Excuse me. So all he's seen that the word Hayalah meant was morning stars. So he translated that word into Lucifer, Jerome back in 400 AD with the Latin Vulgate, because Lucifer means morning star, Hayalah means morning star. And at what point shortly after that, because people were worshiping the Latin Vulgate, they began to push this doctrine, perpetuate this doctrine that Satan was Lucifer only because of it saying, how did you fall from heaven? And that theory is heavily substantiated because we see a Latin word in an English Bible. Please, that's the biggest point. All right, now we can move on. We're proving that Satan is not Lucifer. All right. So, how do you say Lucifer in Greek? Phosphorus. So here's my question to Christians that I ask all the time. If Satan is Lucifer, That means, and phosphorus means Lucifer in Greek. Then why does the Greek New Testament call Jesus Christ phosphorus? I'm going to say that again. The way you say Lucifer in Greek is phosphorus. If Lucifer is Satan, then that means phosphorus means Satan. Now, in the Greek, we have Jesus Christ being called phosphorus. This is 2 Peter 1:19. And if you read this in the Latin, it says Lucifer, literally. Watch this. Well, I'm going to read it first. We also have a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto you do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts. Now, every Christian theologian or apologist would agree that this day star is indicative or it's synonymous with the morning star. But look at what this word is for day star. You don't say phosphorus. 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 Well, let's see what it means, in case you guys think I'm lying here. Light bringing, giving light, the morning star, metaphor for Christ. But look at this. Look at this. As a substantive, Latin Lucifer. Latin Lucifer. It's only mentioned one time in the Greek New Testament. So when you read 2 Peter 1:19 in Latin, it's going to say Lucifer. It's going to be calling Christ Lucifer. Oh my God, Deacon, I'm bugging out. I'm bugging out. It's just proving that Lucifer is not Satan, because Christ is not Satan. Satan tempted Christ in the wilderness. Two different entities. Somebody said King James fumbled. Nah, my brother, this is in the ancient manuscripts. That word phosphorus is in the ancient manuscripts. Guess who fumbled? The copiers who translated the Hebrew New Testament. Peter was a real Hebrew. Peter wrote his epistles in Hebrew. So the copiers of that time, trying to spread the religion of Christianity, translated the Hebrew New Testament to Greek. And now this is where you have Greek mythology riddled all in the ancient text. Right, yeah, that too. King James didn't translate nothing. He commissioned 70 scholars. So, another thing. So it means morning star. Lucifer means morning star. Right? So we're back on Lucifer. Why is there Luciferians? Because they bit into the doctrine that Satan is Lucifer. So look at this. Morning star is what it means. So in Revelation 2:28, Jesus Christ promises the Israelite believers that he will give them the morning star. Is he saying he's going to give them Satan? If you read this in Latin, it would literally say that I will give him Lucifer. Then Revelation 22:16 says I, Jesus, sent mine angel to testify unto you these things in the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright and morning star. He's saying, I'm the root of David and Satan. This is because the morning star is not Satan. Lucifer is not Satan. Phosphorus is not Satan. Get that out of your Christianized brains. So did phosphorus fall from heaven? Phosphorus is a title. The morning star is the one who shines bright. The one who shines the brightest. That's the morning star. Guess who would be a morning star right now? Drake. 50 Cent. Now there's stars. You got Boosie, Badass, Lil Baby, Da Baby, Cry Baby. You got Big Toenail. That's actually the name of a rapper. Nigga's name is Big Toenail. And so you got these other stars, but then you got these stars that shine brighter than the other stars. That would be the morning star, the ones that hold the height of the hill. Hey, sadly, Taylor Swift will be a damn morning star. Why? She just came to Seattle, my city, and sold out 2 arenas back to back. While niggas like Moneybagg Yo and Lil Baby, they're canceling shows in different cities because they're not selling tickets. So that's all the morning star means, is somebody who is shining bright than the other stars or the other people in high positions and rulership when we deal from a kingdom connotation, right? Somebody says Michael Jackson, the biggest star ever. I ain't gonna lie to you. Michael Jackson and Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, it's crazy. The three mics are the biggest stars ever, to where I used to be scared when I was a kid. When Michael Jackson walked by people and they just fainted, I was like, what the is that about? I seen with my own eyes as a child, people faint when those three mics walk by them. Michael Jordan, I gotta add Muhammad Ali in there. Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson, and Muhammad Ali. Man, people fainted. Niggas ain't fainting if Drake walked by or Puff Daddy walked by. But yeah, those were the morning stars of my time. You understand? So going back to Isaiah 14, now I'm ready to read the chapter. So now we just broke down this word, Lucifer, from the Latin, Hebrew, and Greek, totally debunked this being Satan. So calm down. It's okay, because Christ was called this name. And then you got some people that say Jesus Christ is Satan because of this whole Lucifer, morning star, and Christ calling himself the morning star. But they'll go and they'll reject the part of the Bible where Jesus is talking to Satan. They're clearly not the same person. So we debunked that. Now I want to get context on our side. We dealt with the etymology, and that helped, that proved our point. But now we want to deal with the context surrounding the mentioning of this word morning star first. It being first mentioned in Isaiah 14. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna take this down. I want to, is it okay? Is it okay if we do the NLT, or are you guys KJV onlys? Can we do the NLT, or are you guys KJV onlys? I want to accommodate. All right. All praises. Okay. Now I want to talk to you, KJV only is later. That was a setup question. I wanted to see who was KJV only. Cause I got some smoke for y'all. You see how quickly this can escalate to a translational debate? I'm joking. I'm joking. I do mostly KJV, but yeah, I'll bring them up side by side. I'll bring them up. I'll bring them up side by side. Okay, hold on. Let me get Young Savvy. Let me get Young Savvy. He can't wait. He can't wait. So let's get Youngest Savvy, whoever he is. First round knockout. First round knockout. All right, so let's get him on here. First round knockout, real quick. Oh, excuse me. Whew. No, we're not waiting till anything. Click the link or you're out of here, buddy. Your time has come. Okay, let's give him 30. I clicked it. You didn't click it. You're not in here. You got 30 seconds. You interrupted class. You wanted this attention. $15, $14, $13, $12, $11, $10, $9, $8, $7, $6. All right, you're done, bro. Banned from the channel. This is why I don't take people serious. I'm gonna start sending you guys to Ariala. Stop playing over here. And not to demean Ariala, but he's building up his record and resume. I'm already established, sir. Stop playing games on the channel. Anyway, all right, so let's do it side by side. Let's do it side by side of the NLT and the KJV. I want to try. I think we got a lot of time until I got to pass it to Alazar and Assad. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So I do see a difference here. I do see a difference here. Yeah, brother. If you want to get with Ariala. Ariala already left his email for you. He'll gladly have a discussion with you on John 3:16. Oh my God, I never heard that verse before. Um, there is something I do see differently though here from the NLT as it compares to the KJV, and this is why I do like some of these other translations. 12. So in the King James, right? In the King James, Isaiah 14 and 12 says this. Lucifer, right? Let me get a little closer. So it says Lucifer in the King James. And then here it says shining star. See, I just want to help you guys out a little bit. A lot of the mistakes that the King James has made, some of these other translations already fixed it. Come on, we got to give credit where credit is due. So King James has this Latin word here, clearly, because he's influenced by Christianity, or at least the scholars he commissioned were influenced by Christianity, the doctrine of Lucifer being Satan, or they wouldn't have put a Latin word there. They were trying to say, let's put some respect on, let's put some respect on this doctrine that Lucifer is Satan. So we're going to put Lucifer here. But the NLT already changed it and put what it actually means in English. So let's do this. Let's do a exercise. We're gonna just say this is talking about Satan, right? Let's say this is talking about the spiritual demon Satan, so we can see if it actually makes sense. Isaiah 14 and 1. But the Lord will have mercy on the descendants of Jacob. He will yet choose Israel. Okay, we know that. Now, verse 4. We got to start at verse 4. You will taunt the king of Babylon. You will say, the mighty man has been destroyed. Yes, your insolence is ended. Matter of fact, we can do the King James. Let's do the King James. I'll just simplify it, whatever. Verse 4, Isaiah 14 and 4. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. Who is the Most High talking to and telling to rebuke the king of Babylon? He's talking to Isaiah. He's telling him to rebuke the king of Babylon. Already the doctrine of Lucifer being Satan is destroyed, because verse 4 gives us context of who is talking about. It's giving us the identity of who he's about to be rebuking in the spirit. Vanessa Wells. I'm sorry, I love you, sister, but it doesn't actually say that. It says if you add or change the book of the law, or if you add or change the writings in Revelation. Technically, if we want to be sincere and true to the text. She's not tripping, but I just want to be super clear. So already we have the identification of the preceding verses, and this guy is the king of Babylon. Now, one could say, I like to go from a Rogerian perspective. One could say that Satan is the king of Babylon. Well, if you give them first base, they might even get to second base, but they ass ain't getting home. Because when we read the preceding verses, they are not going to align with Satan. And say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked. So there's a people here. Salakia. There's a people, there's a city, and there's a king. If we're just being honest, Satan being Lucifer already debunked. Verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. No, Satan blesses you with riches and abundance when you serve him. He's not oppressing and smiting the people in wrath with the continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. Who's persecuting Satan? Let's see what the NLT says for verse 6. You struck the people with endless blows of rage and held the nations in your angry grip with unrelenting tyranny. No, Satan is the God of this world that actually gives the nations success. Now watch this though. But finally, verse 7, but finally, the earth is at rest and quiet. Now it can sing again. So whenever this entity who was a tyrannical over the nations, somebody said Nebuchadnezzar, it's not Nebuchadnezzar either. We're going to go through this and we're going to debunk it being Satan. Then we'll go through it and give the proper understanding of it. But finally, the earth is at rest. Now it can sing again. Even the trees of the forest, the cypress trees and the cedars of Lebanon sing out this joyous song. Since you have been cut down, talking about the king of Babylon, since you have been cut down, no one will come now to cut us down. Nice. In the place of the dead, there is excitement over your arrival. Where's Satan gonna go? He's a spirit. Oh, Satan's going to hell? But I thought he was already in hell. You see that? See how stupid this is, the Christian doctrine? This is saying this king of Babylon, this Lucifer, this morning star, he's going to the place of the dead. But I thought he was already like down there with a pitchfork and shit. Okay. The spirits of the world leaders and mighty kings long dead stand up to see you. So he's talking about somebody's going to die. With one voice, they all cry out, now you are as weak as we are. Somebody says, Satan rules the earth. Yes. So then he is king. Yes. But this is not talking about the earth. Well, I mean, it's given a specific geographical locale, Babylon, but Babylon will be the empire that rules over the earth. Azariah to study to sturdy in the camp. Are you saying that Lucifer is the spiritual demon Satan? Is that what you're saying? And are you a Hebrew Israelite saying this stuff? Okay. Verse 11. Your might and power were buried with you. Oh, this person's getting buried. Satan need to get buried in the dirt. The sound of a harp in your palace has ceased. Where's his palace? It's completely bogus. Look at this. Now, maggots are your sheet and worms your blanket. Wait a second. This person's got some flesh. This person's got some flesh for worms to eat. You tell me the spiritual demon Satan got some flesh for worms to eat, sir? You know, it's Friday night, and I feel all right. It ain't ladies, man. Oh, what? Oh, you got to be an old head to know that song. It is lady night, and yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. After I'm done with this, I'm out. The real Jews is outside. The real Jews is outside. He said buried just means destroyed. Well, why would it put emphasis on the maggots and worms? Come on. You got to be consistent with the text. That might be Ronan. That might be Ronan. Verse 12. How are you fallen from heaven, O shining star, son of the morning? You have been thrown down to the earth, you who destroyed the nations of the world. Now, this is where they really harp on, because the KJV will say, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? So people take this to mean the third heaven, where the Most High dwells at. The Bible is clear that there's three heavens. Where the Father dwells, out of the firmament, and then where the birds fly. No, I'm sorry, there's four heavens. And the fourth one is it being used figuratively, being taken from a high, lofty position to a low estate. You understand? Moses says, can you allow me on the live? What would you like to discuss? So we fell from heaven too. Does that mean that it's talking about the Israelites falling from the third heaven that the Most High is in? Where is that? Lamentations 2:1. How had the Lord covered the daughter of Zion with a cloud in his anger, and cast down from heaven unto the earth the beauty of Israel. See that? And remember not his footstool in the day of his anger. So we fell from heaven to the earth. You can't just take that out of context and act like this entity is fallen from the heaven where the Most High dwells. Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. Wait, I thought Satan was already in heaven. Now it's saying, oh, I will ascend into heaven. You see that? Christians teach Satan was already in heaven and he got kicked out of heaven. But this is saying that he's saying that he wants to get into heaven. It's all Hebrew phraseology or Hebraic thoughts of being in a low estate and a high estate. Very simple, as the precepts provided. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also in the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Who are the stars of God? The Israelites. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. How many kings did we see act like they were the Most High and they took credit for the Most High's work? We can see that within the biblical historicity. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. When you look up this word for hell, it's simply the grave, Sheol. It can mean that this individual is just going to die the death, or it can be used figurative as a low estate. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man? Not the spirit. Is this the man that made the earth tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities? Whoo. Like I said, I'm going to go through this. We're just debunking this being about Satan, but we're going to give the proper understanding of it in a second. But I got some trap questions. I don't want to reveal everything because I got some trap questions for a couple people with some smoke in the chat right now. Let's go over this together. All right, so we got some people in the back right now. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Jerusalem matters.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey, what's up, Dig? It's me, man. What's up, man? How you been, brother? How you been, Ak?
Who's this?
Hey, it's me, brother. What's up?
Screw that guy. Youngest Savvy. There you go. We finally got you. Youngest Savvy. We finally got you. What's going on, brother? Youngest Savvy, you're on. Unmute your mic. Unmute your mic. Got guys on here that don't even know how to unmute the mic. Lord in Christ. Yeah, there's a link in the chat for those of you who want to come on here and talk before we get back on. And that beat was T. That beat that he was playing in the background was capital T, lowercase r, ash. T-Rash. Moses, you're live on the show. What's going on?
Hey, brother. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you clearly.
There we go. Perfect. So, number one, the first thing I wanted to discuss with you is just kind of some Q&A for you. Do you believe that Jews, every single Jew, were able to receive promise from God?
The promises of God?
Yes.
Are the promises of God to every single Jew?
Exclusively for Jews.
Yes.
Go to Numbers chapter 16.
Okay, you go to Numbers 16.
Let's go there.
Okay, go ahead, read it.
Numbers chapter 16. All right. Can you throw it on the screen for the chat?
Yeah.
Because this is talking about Korah along with others that rebelled against Moses and Aaron when they were questioning their authority. And then as a result, God caused the earth to open up and swallow Korah, who was a Jew, and his followers.
Okay, what's your point that you're making?
They were Jews.
Okay. I'm not understanding your point.
But you said that all Jews have the promises of God. But they obviously didn't. They got swallowed up
I said
by the earth.
all Jews have access to the promises of God.
Access to the promises of God, so they don't just inherit it, right?
Well, yes, they do, but they
Well,
qualify.
did
Qualify.
Korah,
Absolutely, yes. Any
even though
Israelite.
they got swallowed up by the earth, and that was just it.
Did God make the promise to Abraham?
Did he?
Did God make a promise to Abraham?
Did he? That's a perfect question. Did he?
Yes, he did.
No.
Now,
So actually, he made the promise to Noah in Genesis chapter 6, verse 8 through 9, and also 22. So in the Old Testament, Noah was a righteous man who obeyed God's command to build an ark, and as a result, he and his family were saved from the flood, and Noah was blessed. This is
before we move any further, what congregation are you with?
What congregation? You mean like are you talking about like a denomination? Is that what you mean by congregation?
Are you a Christian?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Galatians 3:16 says, the promises were spoken to Abraham. The King James says, now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. Why are you so stupid that you didn't know God made a promise to Abraham?
And who was Abraham? Was he the father of one nation or every?
That's not the question I asked you. I said, did God make a promise to Abraham? You said no. Can you hear me?
Can I speak?
Hello? All right, moving on. My apologies, you guys. Moses, if you want to come back on, I already can tell your spirit. If you want smoke, just say you want the smoke. Don't try to come friendly. You can come back on, but you know God made a promise to Abraham, but you're so opposed and against the Israelites that you can't even be sincere about that. I hate these niggas so much. I'm not even going to agree with nothing they say, even when it's right. Oh, I wanted to put the link in the chat about. Let me on. Stop being. Jesus Christ. Moses, come back on, Moses. But mind your manners. Mind your manners. Chill out. But I wanted to have somebody come on here about Satan being Lucifer. All right, John Weaver, you're live. John Weaver.
Shalom, man. It's me, brother.
There you go. There you go. That music was trash. Are you the one in the chat that believes that Satan is Lucifer?
What? No, that's not me. What the fuck? I'm sorry, brother.
Oh no, yeah. You can't be cussing like that.
I'm sorry, brother. Hey,
one second. Hold on. 1 second. Moses.
Yeah. So when I was trying to speak, you were putting me backstage and acting like I was silent, but you were putting me backstage so I couldn't speak. That was dishonest of you.
Moses.
No, but was that honest of you to do that for the chat that doesn't know what's going on behind the scene?
Moses, whatever technical.
Can you answer that question? That wasn't very honest.
Moses, I'm about to remove you from the chat. So either you're going to shut up or you're going to listen to me so I can proceed with the conversation between us. Which one you want to do? You want to get removed or you want to shut up? Thank you. So does the Bible say that the promises are made to Israelites? Yes or no?
It's to say it's only exclusive to Israelites. That's the question.
Why are you answering a question with a question? Just say yes or no.
You let me know. Because have you ever read the book of Hebrews?
Okay. I'm going to ask you one last time. Does the Bible explicitly say the promises are to Israelites?
In the Old Testament or New Testament?
Anywhere in the Bible.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So why would you come on here and even ask that question?
Because if you read the book of Hebrews, Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8 through 13. It says, I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will give them, be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his neighbor, saying, Know the Lord. And it says, For all know me, from the least to the greatest, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. In that he saith, a new covenant he hath made, the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. So why are you lying like we're still under the old covenant is the question.
Sir, why are you going
Answer
through
the question.
Shut
Answer the
up.
question.
Shut up.
No,
Shut up.
answer.
Oh my goodness. Just shut up. All right, Ronan, go ahead. I'd rather deal with you than him. Go ahead.
I know, man. Like, what the hell, brother? You going off? This brother be going off, huh, D?
Man, no, I said, why did he come on here saying the promises weren't for the Israelites? Then he's saying, why are you lying talking about we're under the old covenant? Who the hell said something about the old covenant? We're talking about the promises. Anyway, go
I
ahead.
know. That's Romans 9. You know what I'm saying, brother? Listen, man. Just join the academy. You know what I'm saying? Learn from Deacon because you need it, brother, quite frankly.
Tell him.
You know what I'm saying? You need it. And I suggest a lot of you, brother, even though, we shouldn't be selling the knowledge of the Lord, Deacon, hey, if you gotta
Wait, hold on. Did the prophets get paid to prophesy?
that's not why I'm here, Deacon. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna
You said something. Now I gotta get on you. Did the prophets get paid to prophesy? Yes or no?
hey, you know what? We see through a glass.
No,
You know
no,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
asking a yes or no question. Did the prophets get paid to prophesy?
You know what? I think the majority did not.
Okay. So did Zechariah say, if you niggas don't pay me, I'm not prophesying? Yes or no?
That's Zechariah.
Okay. Did he do
The
that though? Yes
Baptist
or no?
did John the Baptist?
I don't know. It don't say.
Is
I'm
there
asking you,
anybody
did
greater than
Zechariah
John
say
the
that?
Baptist?
Did Zechariah say that?
Is
Yes
there
or
any
no?
prophet greater than John the Baptist?
Yes.
Who?
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Have a good night. Glenn King, go ahead.
Shalom, shalom, brother. How are you?
I'm doing well. What's going on, brother?
Hold on one second. Hi, Deacon. Can you hear me, brother?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna be very brief. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah to you and
Shalom.
everybody out there. Much love to you all. You know, Deacon, I've been riding with y'all for a long time, man, and I can hear that you're tired of these busters coming online trying to challenge you. I know you got a million body bags in the closet that you done put them in, brother. But I'm here to let everybody in this audience know if you come to challenge Sakari and Deacon especially, you're just gonna end up right back in the grave, man. They need to stop, man. So I've been sitting in the audience for years, and I can't take it no more. So public service announcement, y'all need to stop. You're not gonna check Deacon today, tomorrow, or the next day, Deacon. So you keep on lighting them up, G. That's all a brother wants to
Oh,
say.
praise. Hey, greatly
Con,
appreciate you. Greatly appreciate
con.
you.
You already know. Do your thug things. How about Shim? How about Shim? Y'all Shy Rocket Thought, brother.
Yeah, about you. Shalom. Greatly appreciate you. Now, can we get back on the lesson? I wanted to talk about Satan being Lucifer. Is there anybody that wants to talk about Satan being Lucifer? Well, I got like 30 minutes left. All right, I'm going to try this one more time. Let's talk about Satan being Lucifer. Oh my goodness. Let's stick to the topic. My mom thinks I'm following Satan. Why? Why does your mother think that? Because you're keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Well, Creflo Dollar said that. Creflo Dollar said if you teach to keep the law, what did he say? What did Creflo Dollar say? If you teach to keep the law, it's of Satan or something like that. Roughly paraphrasing. Satan is not Lucifer. Because I'm ex. Is that I'm ex-Mexican? That's it. Okay, so there's nobody. Then let's just finish this. Um, I have a question about why they were scared of Yahweh Shai if there's no fallen angels. You don't have to be a fallen angel to be a demon that knows that the Son of God has power over you. Deacon Ronan wants a free pass to the classes. That's what it is. Nah, Ronan, you got to pay. Ronan, you got to pay triple to get into Sakari Varsity. The Japhites or the Pacific Islanders? Edomite, Caucasians go back to Edomites. All right, I'm gonna answer this last question, and then we're gonna get back on the topic. Somebody said reconcile with. Somebody said they'll pay for Ronan. Reconcile Proverbs 23 and 23 with Zechariah prophesying, getting paid to prophesy. It's simple. Buy the truth and sell it not is not talking about money. It's saying when you learn the truth, don't basically don't fall out the truth. Because if it's telling you to buy the truth, if you think that's talking about actual money, then it's saying to buy the truth. That means you had to get it from somebody that was selling it, but it's saying don't sell it. So it's not talking about actual commerce. All right. Hopefully these guys are here to talk about Satan. Hey, Joshua, what's going on?
Hey, Shalom, D. I'm here to talk about Satan.
Okay, cool. So do you believe Satan is Lucifer?
No.
Okay, then we agree. What else do we need to talk about?
Will Satan be destroyed? That's a yes or a no. That's a yes or a no.
According to what scripture?
According to the Bible, will Satan be destroyed? Yes or no?
No, give me the text.
I'm asking you a question, brother. Why are you running?
Ronan, do you have a Bible verse that I can examine?
First of all, that's not my name. And second of all, Deacon, I'm not going to pay for your classes.
Hey, you're out of here, man. All I asked was for a Bible verse. Bishop Regional. Bishop Regional, you're live. Unmute your mic.
Salakia, Brother Deacon.
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey man, all praises to y'all about Shimmy Shai, man. I saw you got the university popping and stuff now, and you guys were some of the first brothers I ever heard read the Bible concerning us being the real biblical Jews. So, just wanted to say shalom, peace and grace, and shout out to Sakari. And when I get to a better location, I'll jump on the panel. We won't smoke or something like that and chop it up with you.
Okay, cool. Yep, just let me know. I'll be live for another 20 minutes, but I'm Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Anybody has the opportunity to come on here.
Okay, gratitude, King.
All right, shalom. Deacon, that was extremely disingenuous. Sister, what did I do wrong? I get combinations of aqueducts every day. I'm asking words. Ha! Yep, that's a bar. I got examinations in my aqueducts and reservoirs. Every day I'm waxing words. They lower my credit score. That's the deacon. Sister, what did I do wrong? She said you did. Huh? I'm asking you, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong, sister? This time. You should have answered the man yes. Or you know what you did. I don't have to. He needs to provide a Bible verse. Why do you guys want me to answer a question and without him providing the Bible verse when he said it was in the Bible? That's not how it works. Okay, so let's just continue here. You know what you did? Look, she's yelling at me. Sister, are you married? Are you married? The whole chat wants to know. Are you married? Because I feel like when I'm reading your comments, like you're yelling. Where'd she go? I'm telling. Where'd she go? I'm telling. Now she just gone now? Ooh, I'm telling. It's okay, sister. Once you've been doing this for about 14 years, you start to, it gets a bit tedious and you want to alleviate the bullshit. Uh, her husband heard me. Somebody said her husband told her to be quiet. Her husband heard me. I'm confused at all these questions. Yeah. Okay. Only now do I realize how difficult this is. War, I'm telling you. Hi, I just heard about the Israelites 2 weeks ago. I am Yoruba. I hear Africans are Hamites. No. We did not say that. There are Israelites over there, tribe of Ashanti, tribe of Yoruba, Ashanti, Yoruba. Some would even say the Limba. I'm missing some. And Ghana, Igbo, of course. Not the Zulu. Not the Zulu. You got to remember, Congo was called the land of the Black Jews. Bantu is a language, not a people. Yeah, Fulani, also Benin. I know you from the streets, so I got a question. Why when I smoke trees, I always led to the scriptures? Well, we used to help people I have heard that smoking marijuana has helped certain people focus more. It still doesn't mean that it's lawful to do, but I have heard a lot of people say that even in school. My nigga was like, he used to get when he used to smoke that weed, he used to get 4.0s off the tree. Okay. I'm scared to put a link in the chat because you guys are angry at me and you guys got the sisters mad at me. But you know what? To hell with it, man. Let's turn into the deacon that everybody used to hate. Let's turn into the nigga that they love to hate. Because they're gonna hate me if I'm humble. They're gonna hate me if I'm pompous. So damn, man. Let's just let's just get muddy. Tell your kids to go to the other room. It's going down right now. Yeah, the 2010 deacon. That's crazy. Tawada Ashar Yahawada for the super chat donation. Greatly appreciate you, my dear beloved brother. Caesar, what's up, brother?
Oh, Shalom. I have a question. Pardon my about Legion. You know, why he was scared of Yahweh Shai, and if there's no falling angels. And according to the witch of Endor, she says that she saw gods coming in. My question is, if an Edomite die, it can become a filthy spirit like Legion, because
No.
I know when no.
Yeah, no.
And who is Legion? I want to know why he was scared about he was going to get punished or something like that.
Yeah, Legion is not just one person. It's a multitude of demons in somebody. So the demons,
And they are fallen demons or fallen angels, like they're rebelling against God, something like that, or not?
nah, they're not fallen angels. They're just demons. God created evil spirits and good spirits. God created Isaiah 45:7 tells you that. He created darkness, he created the light. He created righteousness, he created evil.
Okay, but those legions and was scared of Yahweh. If those legions receive order of God, why they were scared? If they are with God, they're receiving orders, right?
Yeah, but they don't know the future like how the Most High knows the future. They don't know that the Most High is in control of everything. They don't know his divine providence, as they call it. So still there is going to come a time where these demons get destroyed. Why? Because just like we have assigned angels to us, you also assign guardian angels. You also have demons that can get assigned to you. So when the Israelites are righteous, in the kingdom of heaven, they won't have any more need for demons to hop on them. So a lot of demons will get destroyed, and even some of what you call the divine council will be destroyed as well when you read Isaiah chapter 24. That's some deep stuff.
Oh, thank you very much, Deacon. And last question: when an Israelite dies, it becomes God, right? But when an Edomite or another nation dies, it can become a filthy spirit. Because I have some testimonies. What? No.
No, whoever dies right now at this point, they go up to the spirit world where they rest, and then they get ready for regeneration.
Oh, but what the witch of Endor, when she says that she saw gods with the graves going to heaven, why she says she saw gods if she's a witch?
Well, Elohim. So the word for Elohim can mean demons, angels, it can mean people. So she was seeing a lot of demonic activity because even having to deal with a witch, that's not right hand activity, that's left hand activity.
Okay. So if everybody dies, and just go to heaven, and they don't do nothing in earth, they don't become ghosts or filthy spirits or nothing like that.
Nope, those are already
And
here. Those are already here in the form, or not even in the form, in the realm of the demonic realm.
okay. And when Samuel appeared, it was a prophet Samuel, or it was a demon pretending to be a prophet.
No, I believe that was Samuel, because you could exercise left hand wickedness. You can exercise left hand wickedness, but that doesn't mean it's right.
Okay. Thank you very much for your question, Deacon. Okay.
Like
Um.
if you go to a psychic, that psychic can tell you something about you that you never told anybody because they're tapping into left hand wickedness. It doesn't mean it's right though. It's a sin, but they have access to that power through demonic entities.
Wow. I imagine the Illuminati and all those Edomite nations, when they communicate with spirits, I believe they can. I believe they are fooled, right? Because they worship Satan, but Satan will betray them, right? Because Satan receives order of God. So, but that's why there's a prophecy, that the all the nations will fight against the Hawashai, Amalek, the king of Edom. Trump created the sixth force of space, and their logo is a six-headed dragon, right? Like Leviathan, right? So most Masons believe they are the sons of Lucifer. They believe they're Nephilims. They believe that Satan pregnant a woman and Lucifer is his young, something like that, right? Okay, because they believe that the book of Enoch and all this, the stuff that you say that is a full hoax, and most Christians believe of this doctrine.
Um,
Okay, Shalom.
no, I want to
Thank
answer
you.
that. I want to answer that last
Oh,
question. I think
okay.
somebody else put that in the chat. The reason why people call themselves Luciferians, I want to just make this clear. That doesn't mean Satan is Lucifer. It's just that they have been indoctrinated to believe that Satan is Lucifer. And you also have a lot of atheists. How are you an atheist but calling yourself a Luciferian? That means your ideology is predicated on the Bible. But somebody said somebody blocked me having a question about Isaiah chapter 10. All right, brother, let me get a couple of these last brothers on here. Shalom, King.
Okay, Shalom. Bye.
Look at Megatron. I don't know the Megatron. Caleb, what's going on, Caleb?
Deacon,
Yeah.
what is your understanding on Luke chapter 18 and verse 17?
Luke 18 and 17. Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child is no wise into therein. So basically, you have to come back as a little child in humility. You have to unlearn to relearn. That's the same thing he said in Matthew 18, that you have to come back as a little child. So that's what it's talking
So
about.
if you decide not to come as a little child, you cannot enter into the kingdom if you decide not to.
Yeah, you won't be the one of the ones that enter into the kingdom. Correct.
Okay, so if I decide not to follow Yahushai in this life, will I be in the kingdom?
Yes, you just won't enter the kingdom. You have to suffer an incredible, detrimental, horrific fate. Shalom,
So
Ronan. SNG Rasul.
Yeah, Shalom, brother.
What's going on?
All right, all right. I got one question. It's been bothering me for a minute. Uh, when you go to First Chronicle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 2 is basically giving you the descendant of Judah, verse 34, chapter 2, verse 34. It said, now Sheshan had no son, but daughters. And Sheshan had a servant, an Egyptian, whose name was Jah. And Sheshan gave his daughter to Jah, his servant, to wife, and she bare him a tie. And the tie begat Nathan, and Nathan begat Zabad. Basically, the Egyptian bore the servant's son, but the son, I'm confused. They described him as Israelite, but he
Where
was
does
an
it,
Egyptian.
where does it say he's an Israelite?
Yeah, but when you read down, his descendants are Israelite.
Where does it say they're Israelites?
Hold on. Beget Nathan, Nathan beget Zabad, Zabad beget Alpha, Alpha beget Obed, Obed beget Jehu, Jehu the king of Israel.
Where does it say that at?
And
Hello?
then yeah,
What verse was that?
verse 30, 38.
Okay. It didn't say king of Israel. What are we talking about?
So which Jehu is talking about?
It's not talking about, sir. Why would you automatically say this is Jehu, the king of Israel? Because they have the same names?
If those not Israelite, but why would they giving us descendant of an Egyptian?
Is Ruth an Israelite?
Yeah, but this is a whole lineage though.
No, I'm asking you a simple question. Is Ruth an Israelite?
That's debatable.
Okay, well, I would say no because the Bible calls her a Moabite. But either way, we see heathens in genealogies because it was an event or a something that stood out historically that needed to be mentioned within the genealogy. Now, to figure out who these kids are, all you have to do is read the end of the chapter. Let's see if they're identified as Israelites or not. Look at the last verse here.
Verse 55.
Last couple of verses, 54 and 55. Or no, 53 to 55. Those are Hamites, sir. Did I share my screen? They're not reckoned as Israelites. They're reckoned as Hamites. That actually proves you are who your father is. Because when it's done mentioning all these people, it says they're from the house of Rechab. These are Kenites, Succothites. These are all, why are they doing that? These are all Hamites. So when
Okay.
people try to say, oh, the mother can carry the seed, or Gentiles can become Israelites, and they go to Shishan, well, when the Bible's done giving all his descendants, it reckons them as Hamites. That should
All
get
right.
your wheel turning.
You're right. You're right.
All praises. Anything else?
Um, you say Isaiah 24 is talking about you said the demon when the Israelite get the new body, they will be destroyed.
No, that's talking about the divine council. But when you read, there's scriptures that talk about how Israelites got demons on them. 7 demons come back with that one demon, and the kingdom will all be righteous. So them demons won't have any employment. They'll be destroyed. But in Isaiah 24, it talks about destroying the divine council. What the divine council is, there are certain high level entities that the Most High has placed to be gods over the other nations. They're going to get destroyed when you read Isaiah 24. I think it's verse 24 when it says, I will punish the host of the high ones that are on high.
I would just think those demons would just transfer to the other nations since they would not have a new body like us.
Yeah, but there's too many scriptures that say that. What did the demons tell Yahushua? They said, have you come to torment us before the time? So apparently there's going to be a time where Yahushua is going to torment demons. That's because they won't be needed anymore because the Israelites will be righteous, but these other nations will be like how we are now. They won't be perfected because they won't be in a new covenant.
Okay. So the Most High create Esau to be destroyed and create demonic demons also to be destroyed.
Some of them, not all of them. Because
Okay.
there always has to be a balance. Remember, the Lord said he hates a false balance.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. I got the question. I just cannot remember.
All right. When you get some, let me know.
All right. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Shalom. Bro Josiah.
Yo, Deacon, something. Hey,
Truth Vato.
What's up, Deacon? Can you hear me?
I hear you. Hold on one second. Hey, Ronan.
yo, hey, am I on? Hey, that's not my name.
Ronan, can you do me a favor?
Let me ask. Yeah, what's up, brother?
Thank you. I appreciate you. You're no longer allowed on this channel. Can you respect that?
Yeah.
Thank you, because you're just distracting from the edification. So go make your channel and teach the Bible, and I hope it works out for you. Shalom, brother. All right, Truth Vato, what's going on?
What's up, Deacon? Thanks for having me on. I think the topic was on is Satan Lucifer, right?
Yeah, it's Satan Lucifer.
Right. Okay. In my opinion, I would say yes, but also, like in the Old Testament, when we're introduced to Satan or Hasatan, uh, in the Old Testament, in my opinion, it makes it seem like Satan is, uh, well, under the control of God. Like for example, in like the Book of Job, where Satan goes and torments Job, it's all because God allows him. But in the New Testament, it's like a whole different thing. I think, like where it's kind of like a duality, like the dualism, where Satan is not necessarily. I mean, God does control Satan, but Satan is kind of like rebellious and working against God and all that, and it turns into this whole thing where Satan is against God and all that. So, in my opinion, I would say, yeah. I mean, Satan and Lucifer are somewhat of the same spirit, but uh, when you continue reading into the New Testament, that kind of, in my opinion, kind of changes. Like he turns into more like rebellious. So that's my opinion on it. And also, like to kind of like clarify that, I would say you probably say I'm someone like a Old Testament only type of guy, but I'm just reading the Bible, and I'm kind of new to all this, and I'm kind of starting over fresh, and that's something, in my opinion, that when we look at the New Testament and the Old Testament, there's a few differences, and that's one of the differences, that in the Old Testament, Satan or Lucifer or whatever is a power that's under God, and it's just doing God's work or whatever, or doesn't do anything that God doesn't allow him to. But in the New Testament, it kind of changes. So, and I'm not really familiar, uh, like with the New Testament. I've read the New Testament, but again, like it's a lot to take in. But in my opinion, it'd probably be a different. There'd be a difference once you get to the New Testament. I think that's when you have a change. So he could be something different there.
Okay. So Isaiah 14 and 12.
Right, right.
How are you falling from heaven, O Lucifer? So you believe that Satan fell from heaven?
So yeah, like in my opinion, like whenever I've read that scripture, uh, I could be wrong. I'm still new to this, but I understood that as Isaiah was speaking to the nations or the kingdoms, I believe, like not necessarily calling them Satan, but like the other nations or the other kings and the other kingdoms were trying to exhort themselves to be gods and all that.
Okay,
And
I'm asking you a simple question. You believe
yeah,
Satan was in heaven partying with the most high and then he got kicked out of heaven?
no, no. I mean, like I said, it's like right now. I mean, I'm still learning, but like what as far as I understand it, Satan is not necessarily in heaven with the Most High partying, but like I said, like in the Book of Job, there's the we're taken to the courts of heaven or whatever you want to call that, and
When did he
Satan is there.
fall from heaven? When did he fall from heaven?
When did he fall from heaven? Oh, say okay. So like again, I could be wrong, and you could probably clear it up, but I would say he never fell. Like what Isaiah is talking about is the other nations, I believe, and then I know that kind of sounds choppy and not right. I mean, I could be wrong, but
Look what it says. Look what it says. How
yeah,
art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? So it's saying that Lucifer fell from heaven. When did this happen?
right, right. I mean, as far as I know, before that, uh, before we get to the book of Isaiah, I don't think nothing like that is mentioned. So again, I would say like in the book of Isaiah, a lot of what he's saying is referring to the other nations, like the other heathen nations that are putting themselves in God's place, but then they also end up falling like the kingdom of Babylon. It was like a very powerful nation, right? But they ended up falling, or all those other kingdoms, that were trying to take God's place. I guess.
Did Satan have any land? What is the
Uh,
land of Satan?
I don't. As far as the Bible goes, I don't think there's any Satan land of
Okay.
Satan. But
Well, look at
yeah.
verse 20. Look at verse 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, talking about Lucifer, because thou hast destroyed thy land.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like in that instance, in the book of Isaiah, I believe it's talking about the other nations. So the other nations did have land, because of course the other nations were worshiping Baphomet and all those false gods and everything. So I would say that that's referring to them, the other nations. Like I said, I could be wrong. I wanted to come in and give my opinion on that because uh, to me it kind of sounds like it sounds like you're trying to go somewhere and imply something with the question, and I'm not. I don't really understand where you're going with it because,
Okay.
like I said,
Well,
yeah,
hey, we want to thank you for joining the show. And
yeah.
shalom, bro. Tame the lion.
I said that AI robots would be the image of the beast. Shalom.
Shalom, brother. Oh man, I need a whole week off. I need a whole week off. I know what it is though. The demons are mad at me because I go so vigorously and stridently with the propensity of the ancient prophets, nonstop grounding and pounding demonic activity. They want me to stop, but I gotta be like P. Diddy. Can't stop, won't stop. Lord in Christ. This was one for the books. I'm gonna go over just a few more things in 14, and we're gonna close it out. Because I did promise that we would give the correct breakdown of Isaiah 14. So let me just skim through this real quick because I promised. But as you can see, this whole thing is not adding up to Lucifer being Satan. In verse 16, it says, this Lucifer is a man. We already dealt with the word Lucifer. If you're just now coming in, that was probably the most powerful point. Rewind it if you missed it. Verse 17, that made the world a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof. First off, the Bible says the Most High is the one that destroys the cities. That opened not the house of the prisoners. That means we will be in captivity. All the kings of the nation, even all of them lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. This is deep. I'm going to come back here and unpack this. We're just proving right now this is not the spiritual demon Satan. So this entity is going to be in the grave. Satan's not going to be in the grave. And there's a ram that are slain through with the sword. This person is going to be destroyed with a weapon that go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden underfoot, decaying. Now look at this, verse 20. Thou shalt not. This is still talking about Lucifer. So if you think this is Satan, we're just inserting that ideology in there and telling you how it don't make no sense. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. This person's getting buried, or whoever this is getting buried, because thou hast destroyed thy land. Where's the land of Satan for him to destroy it? And slain thy people. Who are the people of Satan that he destroyed? The seed of evildoers shall never be remembered. Now watch this, y'all. Prepare slaughter for his children. The his right here is whoever Lucifer is, whoever the morning star is. Who is his children? Prepare slaughter for Satan's children, for the iniquity of their fathers? That don't even sound right. That they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities. I think this has been thoroughly debunked, even if we had to skim read this, right? So let's go through it and break it down properly. We're going to start at verse 4. This is looking at now, in the Hebrew, when you look up this word Lucifer, it says king of Babylon. Now they're right about that, but it's not talking about ancient Babylon. This is not talking about ancient Babylon. In Isaiah 14 verse 4 on down, it's not talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about modern Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, the future Babylon. That will be America. We've done plenty of debates, lessons, presentations, and breakdowns on that. So it says the king of Babylon. Well, who is the king of Babylon today? This isn't just talking about one individual or one Edomite. This is talking about all the ruling class Edomites. That's who Lucifer is. That's who Hayalel is. That's who the morning star is. That's who the shining ones are. The ruling class of Edomites that control Babylon, that control America. How has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. Who are the oppressing? Not only the Israelites, the whole world, even their own people. The golden city being Babylon, of course, because America is the superpower or the apex hegemony of the world. The Lord have broken the staff of the wicked, because this place is going to get destroyed, and the scepter of the rulers. He's going to take the Edomites out of power, putting them into captivity. He who smote the people, the Edomites, in wrath with a continual stroke. They did not let up on us, and we're in slavery to this day. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. So when all the nations see, I want to look at this in the NLT in verse 6. You struck the people with endless blows of rage and held the nations in your angry grip with unrelenting tyranny. So not only did they destroy those who they're oppressing within their geographical locale, all 4,500 square miles of this prison camp called America, they're oppressing the other nations as well. And we can see that through a sociological perspective when you deal with peripheral countries and semi-peripheral countries. What is that? How America goes and exploits these third world countries for their natural resources and minerals in virtually free labor to make all the products here that they can sell to get rich off of the other nations. And then these countries go into debt, which is what you got, it's called the global north and global south. What does that mean? That there are countries basically in slavery, impoverished, and in debt to these superior European countries because of the exploitation. Whew. But watch this, verse 7. But finally, the earth is at rest and quiet. Now it can sing again. So these other nations are going to be happy when the Most High takes the Edomites out of power, because these are the most wicked people on the earth, the Caucasians. So the whole earth is quiet. There is no more war at this time. This is future prophecy. This has not happened. This is how we can rule out that this was talking about Nebuchadnezzar and ancient Babylon. Because after Nebuchadnezzar got taken down, the earth wasn't at rest. The Persians were still at war, and they had to go to war with the Greeks, and then the Greeks had to go to war with the Romans. The Romans had to go to war with the barbarians, and it's been war ever since. Verse 8. Even the trees of the forest. Now this has duality, meaning it means two things. The actual trees, because the white man is the one that's killing the forest, but also trees represent nations. So look what these trees are saying. The cypress tree and the cedars of Lebanon sing out this joyous song. Since you have been cut down, no one will come now to cut us down. Talking about the actual forest and the people. When the white man is taken out of power, when Babylon is destroyed and it's Christ's kingdom, there will be no war. It says nation will not lift up sword against nation. Verse 9. In the place of the dead, there's excitement over your arrival. So yes, the Edomites are going to be totally destroyed, and it's literally and figuratively. The spirits of the world leaders and mighty kings long dead stand up to see you. It just means they're going to the grave, the spirit world. They're going to die what we call the death. With one voice, they all cry out, now you are as weak as we are. So these other nations see America is going to be destroyed. And even in the kingdom of heaven, when they're in slavery, just like the other nations will be in captivity, they're going to be like, you guys have become weak. Even right now, these other nations are like, America has become weak as some of the other third world countries. Everybody's dropping the dollar. Everybody's threatening to shoot missiles on her and turn against her. Your might and power were buried with you. The sound of the harp in your palaces has ceased. What does that mean? When you read Revelation, it talks about how desert-like creatures will be occupying the palaces of Babylon. Now maggots are your sheet and worms your blanket. How are you falling from heaven, O shining star? So yes, just like I mentioned Lamentations chapter 2, verse 1, how the Israelites fell from heaven to earth, meaning we came from superior rulership to inferior oppression. Son of the morning, you have been thrown down to earth, you who destroyed the nations of the world. For you said yourself, I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above the stars of God, taking our identity, having us in slavery, white supremacy. That's all ascending above the throne, ascending to heaven, above the throne, above God's stars. I will preside in the mountains of God far away in the north. I will climb to the highest heights of heaven and be like the Most High. And this is saying the same thing in 2 Thessalonians when it's talking about Esau, sitting in the temple as he's God, painting himself as the Messiah, the Most High, the angels, and the people of God, period. Verse 15, instead you will be brought down to the place of the dead, down to its lowest depths. Everyone there will stare at you and ask, can this be the one who shook the earth and made the kingdoms of the world to tremble? Now, this isn't talking about a place called hell or purgatory. This is all metaphorically speaking that this place is going to be in a dead state, along with the elites of this place. Is this the one who destroyed the world and made it into a wasteland? That's what Esau did. That's what America did, especially being the ones that are going to institute or implement this third world war. Is this the king? The NLT has it the king who demolished the world's greatest cities and had no mercy on his prisoners? It's funny that the Bible would say this because America holds 25% of the world's prisoners. Verse 18, the kings of the nations lie in stately and glory, each in his own tomb, but you will be thrown out of your grave like a worthless branch. Meaning what? The death and destruction that Esau is going to see is nothing like any other race of people or kings or elite people or rulers of the world since the genesis of human civilization. Verse 19, but you will be thrown out of your grave like a worthless branch, extermination, like corpse trampled underfoot. You will be dumped into a mass grave, extermination, Obadiah 1:18. With those killed in battle, you will descend to the pit. You will not be given a proper burial, for you have destroyed your nation. Damn, they don't even care about America. I've always said that. They're harmful to their own people. And slaughter your own people. The descendants of such an evil person will never again receive honor. They got chemtrails here in their own land, poison their own food, water, and GMOs. Look at this. Kill this man's children. Let them die because of their father's sins. They must not rise and conquer the earth, filling the world with cities, extermination, and the sons of the slave masters have to pay for what their forefathers did. So with that being said, let me see what's going on over here with the main channel. So Russia's alliance with Africa is biblical prophecy, plus Mission Impossible movie breakdown. What are we doing? Feeding the sheep. What is the testimony of Yahweh Shai? So yeah, I'm gonna give you guys the link to that video. Make sure you guys get over there and support the main channel and the Akim over there. All praises. All right. So I'm gonna end this, y'all, by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. We do so by Shema Mashiach Yahushai. Till next time, Shalom.